So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner with trainer Sean Villauer, wearing burgundy with silver, officially weighing in at 140 pounds. His professional record, outstanding. 33 victories, including 23 knockouts, only one defeat. From Thornton, Colorado, USA, here is Mike Mile High Alvarado. And fighting out of the blue corner with his trainer, Bobby Garcia, official weight 140 pounds. As a professional, 31 victories with one draw, including 22 knockouts. From Oxnard, California, former lightweight world champion, the undefeated Brandon Bam Rios.
Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good, aim to below is below. Right here is good, aim to low is low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Brandon Rios thinks too highly of Mike Alvarado to believe that Alvarado can beat him. He figures Alvarado can talk all he wants about boxing, but when the punches start flying, the beast will come out in Alvarado. He's that kind of warrior.
But Alvarado, who has flip-flopped some in public on the subject of whether it will be the same fight or whether he'll try to be more tightly controlled in a boxing envelope tonight, yesterday insisted to us, no, I get it. I must box. I can't just go to war and trade with him the way I did the last time. Again, almost nobody here at ringside believes he'll be able to stick to it.
Especially Brandon Rios.
So here we go. Crowd is chanting Rios, Rios early. Already you've seen Rios' effective ability to cut off the ring.
And that's what it seems like he's worked on, Jim. Seems like he worked on cutting the ring off, so in case Alvarado did want to box, he was not going to allow him to do it.
Alvarado's pushing out his punches so far, Roy. It doesn't look like he's snapping them out. Maybe trying to control that impulse.
Yeah, I think he's trying to conserve himself because he knows not only is it going to be a long night, but at some point he's going to have to stop and fight.
Alvarado in a southpaw stance now. Momentarily in a southpaw stance. Now back to his conventional stance. And Rios goes to the body and hammers away as if to say, I don't care which way you stand.
He actually doesn't.
Of course not.
Good right
hand upstairs by Alvarado. And an uppercut by Alvarado. And a good left hook by Mike Alvarado. And Rios grins. When Rios grins like that, you know Alvarado's tagged him. Solid right hand shot inside by Brandon Rios.
Yeah, and Alvarado threw a great overhand right just then as well.
So they're off and running, just as was the case in Carson. Your memory of a fight like that always makes it feel at first as though this one isn't matching up, isn't exactly the same thing. And of course, it's the second time they've seen each other, and they've had a lot of time to think.
I'll say so far, so good.
Awfully good.
Alvarado, like in the first fight, having success whipping those looping punches from the outside. Rios having success on the inside.
And you make a great point right there, because to me, at the end of the day, if there's a difference between them, it is that Alvarado's punches travel further and Rios's are shorter and tighter.
Yep, that was the difference in the first fight for sure.
And there's a cut over the right eye of Mike Alvarado. Already over the right eye, just under the eyelid, I believe there's a cut on Alvarado's face. As you look at both families, that's the Alvarado family. There it is.
A little more sideways. A little more sideways. Beautiful box. Sideways.
Don't get careless, please.
I work on the pinche huevo de otra vez.
Cazándolo, como le dije, cazándolo. Vamos, cabrón.
Rounded box numbers in round one. Rios 23 of 74, Alvarado 19 out of 63. Brandon Rios had a 17-10 advantage in power shots. We saw them using the end swell above the right eye of Alvarado between rounds. I thought I had seen a trace of blood there. It may be just a red mark.
You wonder if not for a career-high payday, does Alvarado not pull out of the fight, given the cuts on his face coming in? Not a great way to go in against an animal who just stopped you in the fight of the year kind of fight, the last time you fought.
Now you got to give Brandon a little credit too. He's doing a much better job at defending these shots from Alvarado this fight. The first fight, he really wasn't defending the shots that well early. This time, he's got a much more tighter defense than he had in the first battle.
He promised that. He said that that would be his adjustment. Tighter defense and even shorter shots. Again, the grin on Rios' face. Good body shot by Brandon Rios.
You see when Alvarado leans in like that, Rios loves those uppercuts on the inside. Stopped Alvarado with the overhand right in their first fight, hit him with some good hooks, but it's those uppercuts that he really loves on the inside.
And to Alvarado's credit, he is trying to go to the body a little more this time, and to try to wear Rios down with him.
Oh, they throwing big shots.
I think that last big hook just reminded Alvarado that he wants to box and not fight.
Alvarado momentarily in the southpaw stance, now turns back conventional. Throws one of those combinations which typified his effort. Rios with that elbow-to-elbow defense. Wants to plow forward, go to the inside. Wobbles Alvarado with that shot.
With a jab.
Alvarado's in trouble here.
With a jab, Jim. You're very rare to see that. A jumping hard jab. Rock Alvarado.
Oh, good left hook by Rios. Alvarado holding on. He's holding on with the right arm. Now he steps away.
And that's what Rios knows how to do. He knows how to fight back. What Alvarado knows how to do.
Alvarado's trying to shake out the cobwebs.
He's not a survival kind of fighter. He's a fight back kind of fighter.
And fighting back is not the thing to do right now because he's in bad trouble.
He can't help it.
You saw Alvarado talking to Rios as he backed away. Rios is just coming. Now they're trading shots again. Here we go. Here we go. Round two.
Round 9.
Alvarado grinning and pounding his heart. He took some big punishment in round two.
Your defense, you gotta be from side to side. Don't drop that hand, you understand?
Drop body a little sideways.
Opportunities, you understand?
You're still dropping your hands when you're done punching. Don't drop your hands when you're done punching.
You did it for Wales, you did a beautiful job. Keep doing the work. Boom, boom, and get it. Let's get those fucking uppercuts and hooks. More body shots after this, all right? Bonito, cabrón.
Right here you see Rios squat down and see the shot right there. You see he's here wide open right there. He squats, sees the jab, lines it up, and then boom, he turns it loose, and there goes the jab right down the middle. That shot really rocked Alvarado. You very rarely see a fighter hurt another fighter with a stiff jab that bad.
Brandon Rios landed 34 power shots in that round. He was 45 of 99 overall. You saw the intense communication between Rios and his trainer, Robert Garcia, in the corner between rounds. They love it. They love this kind of stuff.
You know, I'm not sure that Alvarado wasn't already a little hurt in that round because, Roy, as you showed Rios eyeballing him from down low, Alvarado's eyes were not focused on Rios, it didn't look like.
He wasn't sure what Rios was doing. See, most guys like Rios that just are straight-up fighters, you don't expect them to do a boxing maneuver like that and set you up. So it kind of threw him off to see Brandon do a boxing move like that.
Alvarado gets in a good right hand, now trying to follow it up.
Rios has been off his feet as a pro and badly hurt, and Alvarado's a powerful puncher and a guy we've seen on the verge of a knockout come back to knock out a guy in Breda's Prescott.
Well, neither will give up. They'll both possibly involuntarily give in at some point, but they won't give up.
Watch your head, watch your head. Watch your head in there.
Between rounds, you heard Alvarado's corner telling hands back up after he throws. Has a tendency to drop his hands after he throws. Rios has been taking advantage of that.
Good overhand
quick
right
hand
both
by Alvarado.
both fighters.
Alvarado's had a lot of success with that overhand right, and he just landed it again.
Yeah, both fighters landed good overhand right. Alvarado landed 2 of them.
But Alvarado's face is beginning to show the damage of combat, and Brandon Rios' face never seems to do so.
And he wouldn't care if it did. Probably would make
Great
it
body shot by Rios.
Yeah,
What a
it was.
right hand to
And
the body.
followed by a beautiful right uppercut up the middle. You can't ask for 2 better fighters than these guys.
Real fighters.
Real fighters, son.
Stop.
These are the guys that they make movies about, right here. Either one of them.
Good jab by Rios. Great left hooker.
Oh, you hurt
What a
Brandon.
right hand.
Rios is hurt.
Rios
Yes, you
buckled.
hurt Brandon.
Rios almost went down. Tremendous right hand shot by Mike Alvarado. Can he find another one? There's a left hook. There's a right cross.
You hurt him again.
He landed every one of those blows, and Rios is still standing up.
Rios said Alvarado did not take him to the brink in the last fight.
What a right hand by Alvarado. And another one. And here comes Brandon Rios.
What a fight, son.
Amazing show. An amazing show.
You started perfect, you understand? It was a perfect round for you. You understand? You're doing great. You're punching and you're stepping in. You're not giving them that opportunity to get off. You understand? Exactly what you did this round, man. That's what you need to do. Beautiful. You understand? You do not give them opportunity. This is a mistake. Don't punch and get hit with punches that you're not supposed to, Brandon. Come on. You're much smarter than this. Let's go. Okay? How you feel? Good, man. Eh?
Here you see Alvarado from a distance come right over the top of Brandon Rios' left jab with an overhand right. Boom, right on the chin, right at the end of the punch, and that shot really hurt Brandon Rios. And for the first time, I think Mike Alvarado finally got to Brandon Rios for a second. Beautiful right hand over the top of the jab.
That's what it looks like in real speed. What a brilliant set of exchanges in the third round. Power punches in that round. Rios 13 out of 42. Alvarado 24 out of 49. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim, I've got a 2 rounds to 1. 29-28, Brandon Rios. Jim, I thought Brandon Rios outfought him in the first 2 rounds. I thought Mike Alvarado outfought Rios in the 3rd round. I gotta tell you something, Jim. Mike Alvarado does a lot better when he doesn't circle away. Watch. When he stands flat-footed, he whacks him. When he circles away, he gets hit. Just watch. He circles away a lot, and that's when he gets hit. 2-1, Rios.
Already I've seen one big adjustment for Alvarado. They hired Rudy Hernandez to work as a cut man, the brother of the late Gennaro Hernandez and a very qualified professional trainer in Southern California. Now between rounds, it sounds to me as though Hernandez is doing most of the talking in that corner more than Alvarado's longtime trainer, Sean Billhauer.
Well, it's funny to say, but the cut man may have more experience than anybody else in the corner.
You know, Alvarado found a home for the right hand in the second round, late in the second round. Rios has to find an answer for that because he can't get away from it right now. And for the first time in 10.5 rounds in this series of fights so far, Alvarado hurt Rios. And that's a change.
Stop. Big change. Rios just a tiny bit more cautious now as they re-engage in round 4. Halfway through the round.
Rios very smartly, though, continues to attack the body. But the Alvarado jab is really causing some problems.
Rios has got to figure out a way either to get away from the right hand or to dissuade Alvarado from throwing it.
That bumping Brandon Rios jab is creating the rhythm for his offense tonight.
And it's a hell of a jab, Jim.
It indeed is thunder.
A hell of a jab.
Almost knocked him down with it earlier.
Now Alvarado goes back to that southpaw stance momentarily.
And that's a great body shot. Then followed by another good left hook.
And there's the right hand again. This time he just misses. That's a lightning right hand with which he's been tattooing Rios for the last 2 rounds.
Good uppercut by Rios.
Big left hook by Brandon Rios.
That's that long jab again, Jim. Good jab right on the nose. Think he may have hurt Mike again.
Yeah, he throws the jab with such torque, it looks like a hook.
It looks like a stiff right hand, but it's a stiff jab instead. Oh, good shot by Alvarado.
Good left hook by Alvarado. And another right hand. He's landing these blows with crushing force against the iron jaw of Brandon Rios.
Beautiful. It's perfect. Perfect. What I need. That's exactly what I need from you. You understand?
On a replay of Real Sports, Mike Tyson, who is touring the country in a one-man show, opens up about his rapid decline and his current renaissance. And congratulations to Real Sports for winning the prestigious Peabody Award this past week. Immediately following our show tonight, it's Road to Donaire Rigondeaux taking a look at both men as they prepare for their matchup April 13 at Radio City Music Hall. CompuBox numbers in the 4th. As you look at Andre Ward seated at ringside on a celebrity-studded and star-studded night here. 22 out of 75 for Rios, 31 out of 74 for Alvarado. Alvarado with a 17-14 power punch advantage. Alvarado was hurt early. Rios was hurt in the 3rd. Now we go to the 5th.
Jim,
Fight is scheduled for 12.
Alvarado was hurt early. Rios was hurt early, and it's still early.
Well, we'll get to find out about that mile-high conditioning, seems like.
So both men have been hurt. Neither man has been down. Alvarado's face is beginning to show the damage. Rios' face seldom, if ever, does.
Stop. Let him up.
Southpaw stance again for Alvarado. Not really sure what it is he's trying to accomplish there, Roy.
I think he's just showing him something different, Jim. He's having a hard time holding him off with the movement. So I think he turned southpaw to use that right jab to hold him off a little bit. Just to give Rios something different to look at and maybe buy him a little bit of time.
Isn't there a danger he gives up some of his power when he stands in that position?
No, because these two guys are fighting basically in a phone booth anyway. So if you can generate power with either hand, it doesn't matter whether you're left-handed or right-handed, they're still going to generate power because they're throwing.
Good uppercut by Alvarado and another right hand down the pipe.
Keep him up, Brandon. Keep him up.
See, everything is so close. So
Tony Weeks throws. Tony Weeks warns Rios for throwing low, and Rios at that moment catches Alvarado below the belt.
Hey! Get over here.
Alvarado has 5 minutes. They never take 5 minutes.
And Alvarado's not the kind of fighter to fake pain from a low blow. If he's like this, it's because he was debilitated.
He got hit with a hard shot.
Good.
Significant swelling, as you see, around the right eye of Alvarado. And there are marks around the left eye as well.
Watch their head.
Good uppercut by Alvarado and answered by Rios. The other thing I like that both fighters are doing is that they're landing some thunderous body shots this time.
Stop, stop.
More so than in the first fight.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Alvarado's right hand has somewhat neutralized Rios' hook to the body in the last couple rounds.
And that's why I think he turned southpaw.
Well, you saw the southpaw stance for a few moments there, and he turned back to the conventional stance.
Good body shot. Nice uppercut by Mike Alvarado. They would just let these two guys fight once every quarter. I'd be happy just watching that.
Oh, I mean,
Well, a trilogy's not out of the question. Israel Vasquez and Rafael Marquez fought 4 times. Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez fought 4 times. That's not out of the question.
Alvarado has to show here that after all this give and take, it's not Rios who breaks him, as he seemed to do in the first fight, in spite of the fact that it seemed to me at least to be a little bit of an early stoppage.
I don't think it was an early stoppage.
Well, when you see the way both these guys fight back, it seems as though it's never over till it's over.
Next week on HBO 2, a special day of boxing from Macau will feature the debut of 2-time Chinese Olympic gold medalist Zhao Ximing.
Let's go deep. Nosotros nos vamos, de los huevos para arriba, cabrón. All right? Okay. Respire.
Bien, bien.
Bueno, más. Así ya, tú me vas a entrar ya. De aquí para adelante es de nosotros.
Okay.
Okay?
Don't forget your pain.
I just need you to continue to work. Work and move. Work and move. I don't need you standing there toe with me. Every time you get down and start to get off the punches. Yeah. Move. Move. La pinche derecha de gancho. All right? Vamos, cabrón. Ahí mero. Come on. Good. Vamos. Come on. Así mero.
Saw the tweet from Andre Ward, probably mimicking the thoughts of many boxing fans around the country. Oh my gosh, could it really only be the 5th round? Now we go to the 6th of a scheduled 12. Remember last time, the fight was stopped at 152 of the 7th round.
There have been comparisons to Ward and Gaddy, and what Alvarado has to do here, Jim, to come out with a win, as Gaddy did in their second fight. I can think of a trilogy where the two fighters exchanged brutal knockouts and brutal fights with constant shifts of momentum. That was Dale and Graziano, and it also resembles that kind of fight.
Well, I'll tell you what, you might have to put Timothy Bradley and Ruslan Provodnikov on that same list, because it doesn't get any better than that either.
It's on the minds of a lot of people. Has been for 2 weeks.
Oh, good right hand by Alvarado.
Stop. In the southpaw stance. Back to the conventional stance.
So far, by their standards, a quiet round, and it's brutal.
Mike Alvarado is using that jab good this round, though. And Bradley keeping the pressure on.
Trying to get to the body. I felt Alvarado may never have fully recovered from the low blow in the 5th round. Seemed a little low on energy as that round concluded.
I think he's good, and I think he's fighting smartly for himself, because he's trying to move around Rios as much as possible. He uses his legs when he can. It's just that with this Brandon Rios, you just can't get away from him.
Well, that right hand started to close Rios' left eye.
Oh, good shot.
1, 2, 3, 4 for Mike Alvarado. Now he's back in the southpaw stance. Now he's back in the conventional stance. That punch was on the hip from Brandon Rios. Tony Weeks has already warned him once for low blows.
These guys are throwing some right hands that really have trouble written all over them.
Alvarado missed one Nanu.
They both missed
seconds
one.
ago.
They both did. Oh, good body shot by Brandon.
They're both also good at varying.
Another right hand for Alvarado.
Varying the speed and force of their shots.
Great uppercut for Rios. Backing Alvarado up. Another hard uppercut. He's landed them with both hands in this rally. Right hand for Rios.
Oh.
Alvarado fires back to the right and the left. Another right hand to punctuate the round. Brilliant stuff.
Okay. At the end,
This is Jay Ray.
standing there. Don't stand there with him. You understand? He's got opportunities. Why has the opportunities? Because you stand there. You choose to stay there with him. You understand? I don't need you standing in there with him. I need you moving your body from side to side. Understand? Side to side. That's not. ¿Eh? Okay, that's my life. I want to see more punches of body. An uppercut. Get it close and fight inside. Pop, pop, pop. Often. And move again.
Here you go, you see Brandon Rios in close, landing that beautiful left uppercut, which has been a great punch for him the whole fight, followed by a right uppercut to the throat, then a low blow on top of it. That was a very good combination.
Heavy Bucks numbers in the sixth, just like their entire rivalry. Rios 25-79, Alvarado 24 of 82. Rios with a slight edge in power connect. Harold, how do you have it through six?
Okay, so look at it, 57, 3 rounds apiece. I got it all even. I thought that after Rios won the first 2 rounds, Mike Alvarado won the next 3, doing what you just saw there. Landed great shots, great right hands. But in round 6, Brandon Rios came back with some monstrous right hands. Like 21-6, 3 rounds apiece.
Sometimes it's instructive to listen to the tone and the body language in the corner. And I saw more alarm in Rios' corner in the last round than I remembered from any in their first fight.
Tell you what, Alvarado is trying to stick to his game plan and not just fight all the time. He's trying to mix a little bit of movement in with the fighting, because that was his best weapon earlier. When he moved against Rios, he had a chance. When he stood there and fought, he got dominated.
Well, the real difference has been Rios didn't think Alvarado could hurt him in the first fight. Never felt as though he was staggered, and here he has been staggered and hurt.
But I come back to facial damage. There was considerable work on both eyes in Alvarado's corner between rounds. And Rios may be swelling some around the left eye, but his face is far more intact at this moment than that of Mike Alvarado. As we're midway through the 7th round.
Oh, good shot by Rios.
And he set it up with that brilliant jab again, which has been a big factor for him all night long.
Oh,
and there's a huge left hook by Rios.
And Alvarado came back with about 5 punches.
Good right hand.
They trade concussive punches over and over.
Hold on, Mike. Stop. Let him go when I tell you.
Alvarado trying to box and move. Rios cuts off the ring on him.
You got to give Alvarado credit, though, Jim. He's doing a good job of trying to box and move. He's not being lured into just standing there and trading with Brandon Rios like many thought he would do.
No, he's creating space. He's using his jab. He's using his feet. But every once in a while, Rios is able to cut off the ring, and then they go to war.
Right.
Rios isn't the kind of guy that you can avoid for the entire time.
That's the point. Rios is earning it. Alvarado's making him earn it when he lands his punches. He's not giving him anything.
Next on HBO, it's the road to Donaire Rigondeaux. Taking a look at both men as they prepare to meet April 13, live from Radio City Music Hall in New York City. Nonito Donaire, only the second fighter to fight in Radio City Music Hall as the star, as the showcase attraction. Roy Jones did it against David Telesco. I don't know, feels like yesterday, Roy. How long was it ago?
It was quite a while ago. I don't remember exactly what year. I just know it was January 15th. Might have been like 2000, 2001,
Yeah,
something like
along
that.
in there. Look at that. An equal number of landed punches to the head by both fighters through 7 rounds.
Here you see him in close. Brandon looking for that shot again, and followed by that beautiful left hand. It's almost like a straight left hand. He threw a good hard jab from across his body like a straight left hand. Beautiful shot.
Well, that's Mike Tyson, obscured by the guy in the black shirt. But he's there, and there's a grin on his face. Mike, of course, one of the most knowledgeable fight fans you will ever meet after that intense education in boxing history and lore that was given to him by Customado. Fascinating to watch the process as Alvarado tries to create space, use space, make his feet a factor in the fight, and Rios tries to cut off the ring, trap him into exchanges.
Both fighters trying to stick to their game plan. You gotta love that. Two guys that love to battle, but they both are sticking to their game plan. Question becomes, who can hold their game plan the longest, or who can last the longest?
There's a lot of stuff written before this fight about the absence of craft. I don't think that's fair to either fighter for what they do, and particularly, I think it's unfair to Rios to say that there's no craft involved in what he does on the inside. There's a hard right hand by Alvarado. What a shot. And he knows that's his best chance in a while. Another big right hand.
There's the craft that people think is lacking in Rios. He holds his head still, pulls straight out from punches, and tries to block mostly with his gloves. If he can snake the punch around his gloves, you can hit him.
Better defense than most people give him credit for. Definitely a bigger heart than anybody ever could imagine in both of these guys. But Rios definitely shows better defense, and Mike Alvarado shows better offense than people give him credit for. Like that right there.
Another big right hand for Alvarado. Rios comes back with a right and a left.
What a fight.
It is an amazing fight. And it certainly belies the notion that the second fight after a tremendous war is going to be less active and less explosive. This has been everything the first fight was.
And some.
And again, to Alvarado's the credit to his heart and his determination that he got rocked by a jab in the second round. And it had the look of a fight that the beaten fighter would cave a little more quickly. But if anything, Alvarado could be up in this fight right now.
You don't want to get hit with too many more right hands like that one he just took, though.
You just have a sense that Alvarado, who has been in so many wars and who has had to come back from difficult circumstances, such as in his win over Bradis Prescott, is fighting the fight of his life tonight, is putting it all out there.
Oh, good shot by Ray. That hurt Brandon's eye.
Another chance for Alvarado.
And look at the defense by Brandon Rios. Using his shoulders for defense and his hands.
Tremendous left hook landed for Alvarado as the round came to a close. Mikey Garcia, who was in the corner with Brandon Rios before the opening bell, as was Las Vegas resident Jesse Vargas. All the fighters are enjoying what they're watching tonight.
You're doing the right hand and he's got you winning. I need this from you every single round. Don't overget confident. I want you to get overconfident. You understand? I don't want you to get overconfident. Breathe. I'm fine. Don't give him the round. Don't let him steal the round
He
from
sees
you.
big overhand right there. Alvarado's been landing all night long, right down the middle, right on the nose of Rios. He starts slow and comes with it, then he follows, he lands a left hook right here, followed by, once again, that big overhand right. And you notice Brandon immediately gets low right for the shot, though, to show superb defense.
CompuBox numbers in 8. Rios was 23 of 86. Alvarado, 32 of 106 punches. First time in the fight that he's thrown more than 100. He was trying to take advantage of the opportunities he created with big right hands that seemed momentarily to stagger Rios. Alvarado landed 26 power shots in that round. Back in the southpaw stance, Alvarado.
That right eye, Alvarado, doesn't look good.
This time he stays in that stance for a moment. Alvarado doing everything possible to try to stay out of those toe-to-toe, full-on exchanges with Rios, but then when he gets into them, he does his own damage.
He moves just enough to keep Rios off balance, and when he thinks the time is right, he launches his attack.
It's going to be very interesting to see Harold Letterman's scorecard after this round, because after this one, we'll have 3 rounds to go. And if Alvarado has built a working margin on the scorecards, he may have some room down the stretch.
Listen, he's still a knockout threat. Rios still hasn't found an answer for the Alvarado right hand.
Nor the movement.
Side-to-side movement by Alvarado, stopping Rios' action there.
Here's the question now. Having always won fights like this so far in his career, and having beaten Alvarado in a fight like this the first time, does Rios have a little more to draw from in his experience right now?
Well, if he's got it, he's going to need to produce it pretty soon.
And can Mike Alvarado's face hold up for 3 more rounds?
That's another great question. They are working overtime on his eyes between rounds. Another minute to go in this one. Rios momentarily caught him.
And Alvarado answered.
Interestingly, though, after the right hand Alvarado caught him with, he pushed Rios back, something we're not used to seeing.
Alvarado, former state championship quality wrestler in high school in Denver. Understands leverage and how to use his body. Great right hand.
One hell of a punch.
Many right
Great
hands
body
like
shot.
that can Rios
Terrific
take.
uppercut from distance. Another right hand. All this is Mike Alvarado.
He is trying his best to get Brandon Rios out of here, son. And Brandon refuses to go.
3 rounds to go. High drama in Vegas.
Listen to me. I need 3 fucking rounds. I need you to stay on him, get close to him, don't give him that distance, and throw more than 1 punch. I need 3 punch combinations. All right? Okay? When you crack him when you crack him on top of the head.
He see Mike Alvarado fighting a little smarter this time around, landing the overhand right around the glove of Rios there, then coming back and changing his attack, and not only landing up top, but he's also landing it to the body. So he's changing his attack, taking it up and down, trying to wear Brandon Rios down with him this time instead of him wearing down by himself.
Guys, I'm about to read you the most amazing CompuBox numbers I've ever seen. You see this in tennis matches, but not in boxing matches. Rios, 210 out of 674. You got it? Alvarado, 212 out of 675.
Wow.
Incredible. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through now?
Championship, I'm getting 86, 85, 5 rounds to 4. Mike Alvarado. Jim, I thought he won rounds 8 and 9 to push into the lead. Barely. I mean, this fight is very, very close to my eyes. Alvarado just outfought him in 8 and 9. Very close. 5 to 4. Mike Alvarado.
But it's Rios' corner who doesn't like the way it's going, and it's Alvarado's corner who's much more satisfied at the moment.
Absolutely. Trainer Robert Garcia said it all in Rios' corner. I need all 3 rounds. I need all 3. I need 3-punch combinations. Come on.
Because they didn't think that Mike Alvarado would stick to his game plan and box the way he's doing, nor did they think that he'd be quite as effective. But he's being pretty good with it. But your head has to go off to Brandon Rios, too, because he's showing people that People thought he was just a walk-in, take a shot, give a shot guy. He's been very, very, very good, very impressive with his defense tonight.
What made the first fight so exciting when it was announced was what's inside both these guys, what they've demonstrated inside throughout their careers. And for those who thought maybe Rios beat some of that out of Mike Alvarado, that includes me, shame on us.
What a privilege it is to sit here with a little bit more than 2 rounds to go.
He did make Alvarado smarter, though, because Alvarado fought a much smarter fight here tonight than he did the first time.
But the stuff on the inside is still there, and there it is.
Most definitely. But he's using his feet now after he throws that stuff on the inside.
I think it's very telling what Garcia said. I need 3-punch combinations. With the foot movement, Alvarado is limiting severely Rios' chance for a 3-punch combination.
Yes, without a doubt.
On the other hand, when he stands still, Alvarado has landed some 3-punch combinations, like the one you just saw.
Alvarado's defense has been pretty good itself, Jim. We haven't seen Brandon land a big shot on him in a few rounds.
Several rounds. Rios' left eye getting closer to shutting up.
He hasn't landed anything that seems to have bothered Alvarado in a while now.
Oh,
but Alvarado risks something. Alvarado gets very risky for himself when he throws those multiple punch combinations. Mike Alvarado holds his glove aloft as he goes back to his corner between the 10th and the 11th. Next on HBO, The Road to Donaire, Rigondeaux taking a look at both men. They prepare to meet April 13 live from Radio City Music Hall in New York City. That might be a great fight, but it won't be this kind of fight.
Siga bien vivo, la boca cerrada, y atáquelo, mijo. Tienes que atacarlo más. I need to see more of that, Brandon. I need to see you more aggressive. Come on, let's get that fucking because you stay focused and you follow the plan. You understand? You're going straight. You're like, remember, it was perfect. Stepping into it. Remember, you're stepping sideways. Vamos, no perdamos, cabrón. All right, let's go then. Vamos, mijo. Come on, son. Come on, son. 4 punches. Más de uno.
Albibuck numbers in the 10th round, and for the first time in the fight, Alvarado put some distance between himself and Rios, at least in terms of the numbers. Alvarado landing 22 out of 67, Rios 11 out of 52. Alvarado has outlanded Rios in each of the last 3 rounds. Here we go to the 11th. And now Alvarado with a 2-point lead on Harold Letterman's scorecard with 2 rounds to go.
I don't see where Rios is trying to change anything. He's just doing more of what he's done. Stalking, trying to land a big shot. Has not made an adjustment, it doesn't seem to me, in this fight yet.
Well, he didn't think that Alvarado would be able to stick to a game plan like this and just box all night. Going left and right. He thought Alvarado would at some point say, forget about it. I'm a warrior just like Rios. I'm going to try to man it out with him again. He's doing that in a sense, but he's also sticking to his game plan, and that's what's making it so difficult for Brandon Rios.
And Roy, I think that Alvarado has not only been able to stick to the game plan, but despite the damage to his eyes and his face, has become more comfortable executing it with each passing round.
I agree with you, Jim. And Brandon also has abandoned that jab a little bit, which is the punch that hurt Alvarado earlier in the fight. I think he's just hurt him with it again in this round, though.
Yeah, he's coming back to that jab. It's almost as though he's remembered it and what it did to Alvarado in the second round when it almost wrecked him. Alvarado's weapon has been the big right hand over the top. Rios has landed his left jab, and his uppercuts when he's done damage.
That was a good right hand by Rios.
Best one in a long time.
Until the jab by Rios, it was Alvarado who the last several rounds was the confident fighter, and Rios who looked frustrated. Now maybe that's changed a little bit. This is a dynamic and fluid situation here, the way they're throwing punches.
You want to see a real live Rocky movie, son? Here it is in the flesh.
Alvarado throwing out of his southpaw stance, then gets on his bicycle and moves away. Rios trying to hammer that uppercut.
Alvarado's been a disciplined slugger this fight. It's worked, it seems to us so far. Seems to me he's winning the fight, and Rios has to figure out something in the next 3 minutes and 20 seconds.
Tell you what, that mile-high conditioning has showed up here. He's looking much stronger now in this fight than he did at the 7th round of the last fight. So
he's going to have to deal with the competitive will of Brandon Rios in the last round, who has been told by his trainer that he needs a comeback and who will be trying desperately to mount it when the bell rings one more time.
And he hurt him a little at the end of that round with the right hand.
A lot. Here's a guy who knows a good fight when he sees one. He was in a rather spectacular tussle in December, Juan Manuel Marquez.
Okay. Como hizo jab otra vez. Don't give this round away. Don't blow this button or you move. You know what's up. You understand? Or you move complete. You understand? Jab. Mucho pinche jab. Y la derecha recta. En medio le está lastimando. Por acá no. En medio.
If Mike Alvarado wins this fight, the new hero in his life is Rudy Hernandez, who's done a spectacular job with his cut and has also brilliantly advised him throughout the fight. CompuBox numbers entering the last round. Rios 236 out of 787, Alvarado 248 out of 806. Harold Letterman has Alvarado with a 3-point lead coming to the 12th. That is unofficial. Harold is not the official scorer of the fight.
See if Rios has a little magic in him. It does seem to us that he needs something dramatic here. And it does seem to me that he hurt Alvarado with a right hand to close the 11th.
Brandon Rios has never been judged the loser of a professional prize fight, though he did get what was regarded by many as a gift decision over Richard Abril last year here in Las Vegas.
Abril outboxed him, but he didn't land punches like this, like Alvarado's landed.
Stop. I got you.
Alvarado has a bad cut on that left eye now.
It's been a courageous performance by Alvarado. His right eye seemed to be tweaked after round 1, and they've been working on his eyes every single between rounds period since then. In the second round, he almost went down off a Rios jab, and Rios seemed to be thoroughly in command with his power in those early rounds. But then Alvarado's constant movement and his frequent changes in tactics, and mostly his big right hand, began to give him chance after chance, and he has capitalized, in our view at least, to take the lead on the scorecard in the fight.
Jim, you are the one who compared it most often to Gaddy Ward 2, with Alvarado playing Gaddy with his more versatile style. And so far it's been that, only better.
Yeah, it's a better fight than Gaddy Ward 2, but it's living up to the profile in the sense that Alvarado, who's a lot like Arturo Gaddy in the way he fights, has been able to box more, just enough. Got a dangerous man in front of him, but he just clocked him with a hard right hand.
Rios winked at him.
The usage of defeat is the one thing I think that saved Mike Alvarado and changed the outcome of this fight.
All over the arena, they're beginning to stand up. Stand up in appreciation of these two fighters.
Oh, he hurt Rios.
What a left hook.
Rios did a dance.
What a colossal left hook by Alvarado.
Well, Rios won't stop coming though, son.
He knows no other way.
Win it or lose it.
But Alvarado does, and that was the difference in this fight.
Win it or lose it. Mike Alvarado has fought the fight of his life.
see him do it.
An amazing fight. Everything we expected and more. Here are some of the highlights of a highlight-filled night. Round 2, Rios' jab hurts Alvarado, momentarily puts him on Queer Street. Round 3, the retaliation from Mike Alvarado and the right hand, which would become his signature punch all night, followed by a fusillade of blows. Round 6, a thunderous uppercut by Brandon Rios. Round 8, Alvarado on the inside, working against Brandon Rios. And what a comeback down the stretch for Alvarado. In the 10th round, Alvarado's foot movement beginning to befuddle Rios, and that right hand landing and landing. A tremendous effort by both fighters, but by our lights, Alvarado appeared to get it done. Harold, what do you have?
Chip, I've got it 8-4, 116, 112. Mike Alvarado, I just thought that he swept the last 5 rounds. Brandon Rios to stop him, to get out of his punches, and Mike Alvarado outfought him. Mike Alvarado with a tremendous finish, 8-4.
And now let's go to ring announcer Michael Buffer to see if Mile High Mike Alvarado has gotten it done against Brandon Rios.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Mandalay Bay of Las Vegas, we go to the scorecards after 12 magnificent rounds of action. Bill Lurch scores it 115-113. Dave Moretti, same score, 115-113. Dwayne Ford, 114-113. To the winner by unanimous decision. Looks like we're going to have a rubber match. From the Mile High area of Colorado, your winner, and now the WBO light rubber